Hi, this is Jennifer Price coming to you from the law office of Jennifer Price to give you an update about COVID-19 and special education law. These are uncharted courses. Nothing like this has ever happened in our generation, in our lifetime at least. So I'm sure many of you have many questions. What do you do next? How do you prepare your child for the next day of school? How do you even receive his education? I'm here to tell you that the law office of Jennifer Arnett, first of all, has created a schedule. So if your child thrives, like many children, on schedules, and now being out of school without the consistent 8 to 2 or 8:30 to 2:30 timeline has really sort of thrown him or her off a little bit, you can go to my website and download the free COVID-19 Special Education School Schedule. This schedule is certainly adaptable. You don't have to follow it to a T, but it can at least give you some sort of guidelines and something to work with within which to make changes, beginning at 8 o'clock in the morning when your child wakes up or you wake your child up, all the way into the early evenings when it's time to go to bed. There are many things that I talk about, including when the education comes in, free time comes in, creative play, outdoor play. Just go online to www.jenniferpricelaw.com and download the free COVID-19 at-home school schedule. Now, when it comes to your child and receiving education in the first place, your questions might be, what is that going to look like? Or maybe you already have something in place and you don't really like how it looks, but you feel like you have to sort of deal with the situation. Not necessarily. The federal government, through the Department of Education, has come out with more guidelines and amendments to those guidelines where they have specifically stated that the IEPs must still be followed. Schools need to learn to adapt, they need to learn to make accommodations, they need to learn to think outside the box. Specifically, the Department of Education encouraged, that is their word, encouraged members of the school district, staff, administrators to collaborate and coordinate with parents in order to effectively deliver the education that their children so much deserve. And this was guidance specifically geared towards children with disabilities. The IEP must still be maintained, and everyone needs to think outside the box. And specifically, the DOE noted that education can be delivered through many different means, whether it's through teleconferencing, through video conferencing, or through some sort of virtual classroom. I emphasize teleconferencing because it was the Department of Education that specifically noted education, if all else fails, can still be delivered through the telephone. Now, this is something that I'm sure many parents have not thought of, but it became an issue very quickly for the Department of Education when the department learned that there are many children that don't even have access to a computer. So it's very easy to say, go online and download this and join this Zoom teleconference or video conference of the classroom, but you can't tell a child that doesn't even have a computer to do the same, and that child still deserves to receive an education. Well, along those lines, if there are, maybe accommodation issues with the computer system, maybe your computer or laptop does not have specialized technology to allow your child with a disability to engage through the same way through the computer, there is always still the telephone. I specifically spoke with a client today. I had to get involved and speak with the lawyer representing the school district about the fact that that still can be a viable option, and it is and should be considered a reasonable accommodation. So, one, when it comes to a schedule, go to www.jenniferpricelaw.com and download your free COVID-19 at-home schedule. And two, when it comes to receiving an education that is still commensurate or as close to commensurate as it can be to your child's IEP before he left school or before school was closed, consider virtual school through worksheets going home, online capabilities if you have that ability, or telephones. And again, the Department of Education encouraged everyone to be creative. Again, that was their choice of word, not mine, to be creative when it comes to thinking about how children with disabilities are going to be serviced and receive their education in spite of COVID-19's mandatory school closures in so many locations. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact my law office online, www.jenniferpricelaw.com, or you can call 724-519-7587. I am still open, taking telephone calls and doing video conferencing, servicing clients all over, no matter what the need is. Thank you.